Here we go. Monday, January 23rd.
2012. How are you guys?
I'm never going to get used to that.
Just give it till March. Or May.
Probably.
Or
December.
I'm
AJ.
I'm Jeremy.
These are extraordinary times. All right, well, first off the docket today. Well, let's see. What would you do if your daughter got home every day, 3:21, and suddenly she's late?
How late?
About 9 minutes.
I don't know.
Well, as happened in not California, Colorado, California. They just let him go. No, sorry. No offense to people in California, but I was there for 2 years. Anyway, Dad in Colorado called the cops. Fortunately for him, though, he didn't really have to do too much as his daughter got away from her kidnapper. So what happened? Girl gets kidnapped. Car breaks down. They get a ride to a corner store. She runs in and says she wants to call her uncle. He calls 911 instead. Guy comes in, tries to grab her. She keeps yelling out that she's going to wait there for her mom. And he runs, gets caught by the cops. Altogether, awesome.
There's no training you can do for your kids. Let's be honest. You can't tell your kids and really like get them mentally prepared. If you get taken, do this. No. You just have to make sure your kids have common, smart sense. We make a lot of fun of common sense being dead on this show and in real life. Anybody knows
because it tends to be.
Because it tends to be flatlining for most people. This 9-year-old, so smart. Yes,
it gives me hope for the future.
Yeah, right.
A lot more than any political figure can. Anyway.
Oh, too soon.
Speaking of political figures that I'm losing hope in.
Oh, Rand Paul isn't that bad. He just looks like his dad 40 years ago. Maybe 60 years ago. Anyways,
Rand Paul.
He's a nice man. He senator from Kentucky.
Yes.
Who he's really outspoken, very much like his father, and one of the reasons that the Kentuckians put him into office. But he was leaving from Tennessee on today, was it?
I think it was, yes.
And he was leaving from Tennessee, and he went through the body scanners at the airport because, technically they're safe, and he's not quite as conspiracy theorist as a lot of his following. And and he went through. They dinged him something. There was quote Ron Paul, an anomaly on the scanner. And
no details on that has been given out. So.
Not yet, anyways. And Rand Paul, when escorted to the side and said, "Hey, there was a ding. We need to full body search you," he said, "Go to hell." And basically,
they didn't take that over too well.
Apparently, when you tell the TSA that no, they get a little bit ornery, and they didn't let him go past the checkpoint, and they called in the actual local police, and the local police escorted him from the airport.
Which he then just got on another plane later.
And went through the security process again, did not get dinged, and there was no echo of anything on him.
So either he got rid of whatever he was packing, or just never there to begin with. Either way,
packing because he's a senator and doesn't have enough protection already. I don't know. And that's the thing. If there was a thing, if there was a gun, if there was a knife, if there was like something that looked like a bomb on him, they would have been like, "Hey, this senator's going crazy and stupid and bringing guns on planes." But they're not. So I think, honestly, the TSA maybe not really having a point there. And Rand Paul, just let your giblets get cupped once and you'll be fine. You'll be fine, honestly.
I mean, I can understand.
Happens to people every day, and they're surviving.
I can understand if it was a little girl or something like that, in which they're trying to connect it to him and his father.
Right.
The TSA is so out of control, which I can see them being somewhat out of control.
Sometimes,
look at our previous...
in some places,
yeah,
it's a lot of isolated incidents, but it's not not a systemic thing. It's a lot of human error in a very young agency.
However, this is an older man who has probably at some point in his life had to turn his head and cough.
Yeah, and it's not even that invasive, It's just we got to move past there because people hide stuff there now. Just let it go, man.
It's a legitimate concern for a man of his age to have something that could be dangerous. Either way.
Oh, you want us to profile? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It
actually works.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sadly, they're profiling a senator, but whatever. Not profiling. The ding. Anyways.
Either way, I'd like to throw this out there. It's not racist if it's statistics back it up.
Yeah.
Speaking of terrorists,
math very rarely lies.
Right. Speaking of statistics
never.
and all that stuff from Middle East. Anyway,
there was nothing about the Middle East in there.
Terrorism.
Profiler.
Hey, I'm saying if someone comes in from Iraq.
Profiler. Anyways.
Either way, Iran's at it again.
Well, because we honestly can't get enough of this urinating contest that Iran has with America. Because I'm sorry, we're bigger.
Either way, the EU has come out and said they're going to put out an oil embargo on them. And so they're getting their panties in a twist and saying, okay, we are definitely going to close the Strait of Hormuz this time. For sure. Right. And
maybe. Definitely maybe.
Which they said something very similar the other day. Very similar when the USS Abraham Lincoln, a aircraft carrier that we have, went through the Strait of Hormuz. The last one
normal maneuvers, by the way.
Right. The last aircraft carrier we had recently left the strait. That's what started all this. They said, don't come back. And then we started sending, ships back and saving them. And then the oil embargo. And now and then another aircraft carrier. And now they're saying, definitely going to close. Right.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm just envisioning this little kid with surrounded by a bunch of bigger kids, whatever, that probably aren't going to do anything. And it's just like, I'm going to get you this time. I'm going to get you this time. I'm going to get you this time. And you're the adult just kind of looking at him, going, "You're a bunch of kids."
Bunch of kids.
I'm just going to keep walking now.
You hear that, President Ahmadinejad? He called you a little kid. Don't tell him.
Assassinated now.
Oh.
Anyway,
assassinations are for politicians and people that matter. We're neither.
I don't matter.
We don't. Not really. Do you think we matter? Answer no. That's
you can
not
help us to matter.
That's not.
And
the
then I'll get assassinated. Wait.
Wow.
Anyway,
see, they call that martyrdom. Anyways. Just as stupid in real life as it is in Modern Warfare. Anyways. Gosh, I hate to love that game. Anyways. Battlefield Forever. Or, I don't know. Something. Let's get some discussion going on that. That's what really matters. So we're going to end on a sad note again. Because we end on sad notes a lot. But, it turns out that this weekend was the last for both Joe Paterno, who, if you paid attention to any news at all in the last 6 months, you know where he's from. He died from cancer complications, and so did Etta James. For those of you who don't know, she was a singer back in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s and recently. And she's been performing for a very, very long time, and is one of the first black women to break into music and be as independent and involved in her music as a lot of artists are today. And that was back in the 50s, back before civil rights, back before anything else. She was making it, and she was making things happen.
Not only was she a black woman back in that age, her mother had her when she was 14 years old.
In 1938, by the way.
And they say that the father was never known. Probably because he was killed by her mother's dad. Just throwing that out there.
You impregnated my 14-year-old daughter? I don't care who you are. Dink! With a shovel. Anyways.
And sadly enough, her mother was never really there either. I don't know, could be from, just personal reasons, could be from shame. I don't know. Like we said, 1930s.
Yeah, 1930s, 1940s.
Old-fashioned stuff.
Lots of, that was the last really complicated time in our history. Really strongly complicated time. And
the fact that she did all that she did inspired so much.
People like Kesha and Beyonce and Ciara and all these really popular singers now draw a lot of inspiration from her, and she's gonna be missed as a performer, as a person. She was a very good person, in the throughout her life and throughout drug addiction and leukemia and everything. She was a very strong woman, a very positive force for people and life and art. This one kind of hit me as a musician. I just she was one of the first people to really live the rock star life. She was around the same time as Elvis and Johnny Cash, and she probably partied with the no speculation really, but I mean just
she was rock star before rock was even invented,
basically, and so our hearts go out to her family and her and you guys. Oh my gosh, we love you guys. I keep saying it, and sometimes I forget to say it, but you know what? We do.
You're the ones that keep us going.
Do that thing where you send us stories, because we really
here-ish.
Maybe. Because that's the point where he's going to actually put it. Anyways.
If you missed any previous episodes, up there. If you're watching this later, you can watch the next one up there.
If you're watching this in the future, give us a hug. We probably need it. Anyways. We'll see you later. I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
And these are extraordinary times. Beware.